For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Laser is down. Joe Cortez moves in to have a look, and he's going to stop the fight. It did not last 20 seconds.
I'm really the Mike Tyson of this shit. I'm the Iron Mike Tyson of this shit. You paid for a fight. You came to see a fight. You paid thousands to see a fight. Front row seat with your tuxedo on. Your wife next to you. You looking good. You paid thousands for these seats, for these tickets. You came to see the fight. You came to enjoy the show. Within 15 seconds, less than 15 seconds of the first round, the motherfucker standing right in front of me is getting knocked the fuck out. That's you, young Pharaoh. I'm knocking you the fuck out. 10, 20 seconds within the first round. You're TKO'd, motherfucker. And that's what this video is. Damn, what a show. Damn, it's over. Damn, before it even began. That's what this video is. Pharaoh Aten. Let's go.
It did not last 20 seconds.
If you want to watch porn, you are only allowed to watch a grown man with another grown man or a grown woman with another grown woman. Everything else is prohibited.
Rewind the tape.
If you want to watch porn, you are only allowed to watch a grown man with another grown man or a grown woman with another grown woman. Everything else is prohibited. Prohibited. Bondage porn, no. Kitty porn, no. You know you the fuck out of here. Ghetto gaggers, man, y'all niggas better take that shit down now. Take that shit down now. And from this point in time on, any black woman that I see go on ghetto gaggers, bitch, you banned. And you, what's it, excluded from the group. You would never be allowed to join our nation. They said that peace, and you know we was coming back, and I told you we was coming back. Ooh, young money banker. Ooh, sprinkle that motherfucker sauce on you bitches.
This is from your boy Tupac. If Mike Tyson doesn't want to get knocked out, Mike Tyson doesn't get into the fucking ring. So I understand. You don't want to get knocked out. I get it. And I'm not going to bully you because I'm not a fucking bully. But if you don't want to get knocked the fuck out, you don't get into the fucking ring. Who started the cult of Aten? Pharaoh Akhenaten did. Who started the city of Aten? Pharaoh Akhenaten did. Who started the church of Aten? Who moved the capital city from Thebes to which city was it called? Under whose name? You guessed it. You see where I'm going with this? Who brought gay marriage to ancient Egypt? Kemet. Who? That's right. You're correct again. And last but not least, who brought in the agenda of transgenderism to ancient Egypt? That's right. Pharaoh Akhenaten did. Pharaoh Akhenaten started the whole transgender movement in Egypt. I'ma drop a bombshell, y'all. I'ma drop a bombshell. You ready? Akhenaten was a transgender. They couldn't tell him from his wife, his so-called wife, who I'm sure, because of their perverted inversion, the wife was probably a man. So Akhenaten, the pharaoh, was a woman, was a transgender woman. I'm done here. My work is done.
It did not last 20 seconds.
being very humble and reaching out to this dude. I said, hey bro, I heard that you having a debate. You have this debate thing going on. I would like the opportunity to debate you. And he saw the message because it said seen. So whether it was him or his associate or his secretary, his camp got the message, and someone else I know also conveyed that message. So he knows that I'm in the fucking ring and I'm on the corner and there's a bout and he's afraid to step in the ring. So I've been in the ring. He's just afraid to step in it. And yet he wants to be on his page all day, you know, in his bubble, in his comfort zone, talking about, oh, I done defeated every debater they've thrown at me. These are his exact words, and I quote, every debater you've thrown at me or you could think of. That's what he said. I'm undefeated for the past 5 years. You're undefeated because you've only had mediocrity come face to face. You've never had this type of scholarship face you. You've never had this type of naturalist and realist face you. So now you scared. You've been growling all this time, but you a little guy. And the reason why I'm using this whole fighter analogy is because if he wants to take it, I take it there too. We could get in the ring and do that too. So this person wrote me and said, hey, you know, I used to like this guy. I used to be watching this guy. I learned a lot from this guy. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. And I said, no, sis, look, you don't have to be, because you know what? In 2015, 2016, I exposed my children to this motherfucker, to this creep. So I was duped as well. So you're not the only one. The important thing is now is to realize who we're dealing with. This is a person who has been deeply, deeply and secretly placed, strategically placed amongst us in our community for the very purpose of deceiving the entire community. I caught on early because a few years back, I was working on something and I came across a video where this dude was trying to say, oh yeah, this is Lucifer. Lucifer was trying to help humanity and Lucifer was good because Lucifer was going against God. God was being a tyrant. And I was like, slow it down. And I just saw all kinds of red flags. I'm like, what the fuck? So when you hear people start talking like this, they start saying, well, maybe Satan was not a bad guy after all. Or maybe Satan was helping us out. Satan was helping us to see. I'm like, wow, this guy is ripping a page right out of the Theosophical Society's book. All you guys have to do is look up the Theosophical Society. Madame Blavatsky. Yo, this is what this guy has been doing. That's what he's been researching. So he got lost there. He got caught up. The minute you start praising Lucifer, the minute you start looking at Lucifer differently, the minute you start putting yourself in Lucifer's shoes, those are, sorry man, yeah. So that's what did it for me. Like when I saw that video, I said, wait a minute, something's wrong. So that was about 2 years ago. So I came out of that, what do you call it? I came out of my proverbial fucking trance because I was just like, wait a minute, that can't be right. This guy is literally trying to teach this new age shit to people. And that is not right, because we know who Luciferians are. We know Luciferian is just a lightweight word to throw around to not make it seem so dark. It's the softer side of Satan. It's not the bloody, you know, kind of shit. So that's your young Pharaoh right now, and it is not by mistake. Let me tell you guys this. Pay attention. It is not by accident that you see this guy went and changed his name to Aten. Everything now is about Aten, Aten nation, Aten banking, Aten this, Pharaoh Aten that. That's what's going on, because if you look at dynastic Egypt had a wide array of different people, of different rulers, different sections of that society. Dynastic Egypt specifically, it's a society that really evolved and it just kept evolving. You guys have to remember, prior to 13,500 years ago, there was no civilization at all on the planet. So the very ancient people we're talking about, these so-called ancestors that these knuckleheads have put on pedestals, they were an experiment. They're like your new age America now. It's like the American Century for Progress, this very right-wing group who was trying to dictate where the world should go. So I've said this to you guys, please, you have to understand, if I've ever taught you guys anything, it's going to be this. What Egypt was is what America is now. I'm telling you, the slavery, the bondage, all the shit that you see wrong now with society is what happened in Egypt. Egypt was the first fucking trial run. That's what that shit was. It was the trial run. The fallen ones are here. We destroyed Atlantis. We destroyed Lemuria. Some people are going to say, well, man, I was with you. Now you lost me until you started talking about Lemuria and Atlantis. Based on my research and my due diligence and my intelligence and my higher self and my intuition, of course those civilizations existed, man. You have to follow the model. You have to follow the formula. Come on now. Why is there an eagle on the American dollar? Why is there a pyramid on the American dollar? Why is the Eye of Horus on the American dollar? Why are there ancient Egyptian symbols on the throne of England? And the crown that wicked witch used to wear, which I don't think she wears it anymore, because she lost the royalty title a long time ago. They're not royals anymore. Why you think Harry ran? But anyway, just going too far down the rabbit hole too soon. Let's take it back. Egypt was the first model. So I bring all that up to say the experiment that was Egypt was the first civilization that was set up in order for the fallen angels to once again have ownership of this realm, of this plane. Why do you guys think I always go back to the Bible? Because the Bible is where it first happened. The early text, the ancient text. I'm not gonna get into that because that's a whole other video. That's like a 2-hour video. I would have to take you guys back from scratch. From scratch. I would have to take you guys from the time of Tahuti, as the Egyptians called them, Thoth. Thoth. This is where you get thoughts from. This was so-called the god of thinking, the god of intelligence, the god of the Greeks took him from Egypt and turned him to Hermes. In different civilization, they call him by different names. Now, this is a being who has been around prior to the fall of Atlantis. So what happened was either the so-called guardians came down and the guardians said, shit, we can't be having this happening down here, and they destroyed that whole entire civilization, or they either got too wicked, too cruel, too evil for their own fucking good. They blew themselves up. It was a war. It was a constant war. It was war between the sons of men versus the sons of God. It was a war between the sons of men versus the other side of the sons of men. So everybody was warring. Everybody was a bunch of tribes. So Egypt being that very first civilization after they destroyed the entire planet yet again, because they were on Mars. They destroyed that planet. That's why the atmosphere on Mars is all red. You cannot habitate on Mars because the amount of CO2 emissions shows that that planet had been completely eradicated. I mean, blown apart. And they talk about going to Mars. They can't go to Mars. There's no way you can live and sustain. That planet is not sustainable for life. But again, another video. Going back to my point about Egypt, you have to understand what that civilization was about. What they did to Lemuria, what they did to Atlantis is what they did to the civilizations on Mars and even planets prior to that. And if your mind really is the type of mind who thinks like me, who processes information like me, all you have to do is go back to the Superman stories. These Superman stories by DC Comics, they tell you all of this stuff. It's hidden knowledge, though. It's hidden knowledge that's being given to you like a baby in bits and pieces. Like, you don't want to eat the whole thing all at once. You'll choke the person. You'll overwhelm them, you know. So you have to baby feed them, like one spoonful at a time. There's so many stories, there's so many movies that have been told that's telling you the history of humanity. Yeah, the son of Jor-El, come on, Elohim, S, the serpent people, the S on his chest, right? His home world, his home planet was destroyed. Come on, people, they've been telling us the history. It's been whitewashed, yes, but it's our history. I'm getting back to young Pharaoh. I'm getting back to the agent. I'm getting back to the pretender. Oh, I'm the great pretender. You've done really well for yourself, young one. You've done really well for yourself. I mean, you've actually outdid Polite. So there was this little thing there between Polite and Pharaoh. They're two of the same people. I would say this to you guys. Let's put it this way, because I have to do a much bigger video. I have to do a much bigger expose, because this young Pharaoh shit is so deep. It's like we're seeing Tupac all over again. And he said this recently. He said young Pharaoh is the new Tupac. This man has a video right now on his page, and the title of the video is Young Pharaoh is the new Pac. That's who he is. I would say this, though. I would say young Pharaoh, Nature Boy, Poor Light, and there's another one, the one who came through the gaming system. I'm not really familiar with him because he's much younger. The one who looks just like Nature Boy. He's literally Nature Boy's clone. If Nature Boy had a twin, that would be him. What's the motherfucker's name? Something Illuminati? Soul Illuminati. And the nigga telling you, he put his name, he put the foundation, he put his puppet master's name on this shit, bro. He telling you straight up, we're the ones who are blind, we're the ones who are playing stupid all day. We're the ones playing dumb all day. A nigga call himself Pharaoh Akhenaten. You're gonna have to ask yourself, why is that? Question everything. Remember, we stopped doing that. We stopped being critical. We stopped being analytical. Motherfucker said, don't judge. I gotta judge you, motherfucker, to make sure if my neck is fucking safe around you, bitch. This motherfucker, young Pharaoh, done sold us, bought us, and put us in his back pockets with our own money. That's how brilliant he's been until now, until I came onto the scene. So these guys, man, they've literally people infiltrated. That's what it is. They've infiltrated our community, our goodwill community, a community of great fucking people. Most of the people I've met, most of the people who have taught me so much are from this community. This is why I can't just turn my back. No matter how many times I curse y'all the fuck out, I cannot walk away from this community. This community has really taken me in, and coming through it as an outsider, because I wasn't raised in this community. As you got, a lot of you guys who know me know that I'm from Haitian descent, and that's why the accent. Where's this accent from? I'm Haitian. I was literally born and raised in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I'm part of the old Benin Kingdom, right? My lineage goes as far back as the rulers of Benin City, of Nigeria, from the Yoruba tradition. I am straight Igbo. So I'm not through that whole Egyptian Kemetic shit. I'm not disrespecting it. I'm just saying that it's been I don't know. I just even can't put it into words. It's been blown out of fucking proportion. Motherfuckers walking around with unks. I was into that. I got into unks. I got into crystals until I knew what crystals were. And I found out, wait a minute, I'm a fucking crystal. Why buy all this shit? I was buying all these crystals. I was like, why I need to do that? I'm the most powerful crystal there is. The human body is a crystal. So I came from this tradition. That's why I'm able to analyze it on the outside and from the inside looking out, and from the outside looking in. You have to do that, people. You have to be super, super analytical in this time and age. That's why I'm the way I am. That's why I'm built this way. The minute something smells fishy, I smell a fish. These niggas infiltrated our community and have exploited it and have deceived it and have taken it for granted and have treated our community like a dirty $2 prostitute. And I'm here to stop that. Stop that. Put an end to that. You have too many good people. You have so many great ones, so many elders. The other day in my video, I was talking about Dr. Leonard Jeffries, one of the most brilliant minds of our time. Dr. James Smalls. Okay? Who else? Dr. Clark. Dr. Ben. Although I didn't agree with a lot of Dr. Ben shit, because I know where Dr. Ben was coming from and the people who came from under him. And I know what happened to those kids. And a lot of them grew up with a lot of trauma, a lot of sexual abuse. If a child is under my care and that child gets sexually abused, that's on me. And I'm talking about your Shaka Akmos. You know, these guys who walk around with fucking one braid in the back of his head talking about he's Horus. Nigga, Horus was a child. You're not a child. The Pharaoh's son used to have a lock, a Horus lock, but that's when he was a child. This nigga Shaka is damn near 70 years old. Why are you walking around like a little bitch with a fucking Horus lock? That was reserved for the prince, the little child, bitch. These children were molested. And in order for you to plant the very, very deep seated MK Ultra, you have to sexually abuse them. That's what they did. They sexually abused these children under severe MK Ultra. And it's done in multiple ways. There's different things you use. There's different animals, archetypes, demonic entities that they use. You see in Egypt, they had the Horus, which was a falcon. They had Sekhmet, which was the lioness, the lion's head. They've had what else? Hathor. They've had the crocodile head. They've had these different deities based on the shapes. That's how in conjunction, that's how in sync we were with nature. They used those. But of course, when the devil came in, the devil had to take, that's what they do. They always take our shit and turn it to some evil shit. So they've taken that. They have to use these animals and turn it to their own evil doing turn something that was righteous and turn it evil. Take something that was good, turn it bad. Take something that was high, turn it low. Take a female, turn it to a male. Take a male, turn. You see where I'm going with this? So they took those animals, if for instance, right? Severe MK Ultra. What do they use? They'll use the bunny rabbit program, sex symbol. They'll take the cat, the kitten, right? They'll use the cat as a means, the spirit of the cat, the feline, right? The feline energy. That's why you see so many of these bitch ass niggas walking around. They've been given that programming. What else? It's 4 of them, I think. Is the cat, the feline, right? The kitten, sex programming. They'll give you the rabbit, the bunny rabbit. You know, if you look at Hugh Hefner and his Playboy, what's the insignia? What's the symbol for the Playboy brand? It's the rabbit, right? There's probably 2 other ones I'm not remembering right now. But the most important one is most likely probably the strongest when you see them wearing the butterfly. You see that? A rabbit, a cat, a butterfly. I'm sure there's another one. It's not coming to me right now. But those 3 right there, the cat programming, the sex kitten programming, the sex bunny. You see Mariah Carey. She's a very, very deep MK Ultra sex puppet. They used her for sex. So these are your puppets who they used as prostitutes. Your Nicki Minaj, these types of people came from the bunny rabbit. And if you look at your Halle Berrys, your Michelle Pfeiffers, those are the kittens, right? And then they have the butterflies, your Katy Perrys. All you have to do, my people, is simply connect these fucking dots. All the information is there, but that's the trick of MK Ultra. The trick is this, is compartments. They got together in a lab. Every day it all happens in labs, right? They're mixing genomes and DNA and this and that. They're grafting. Remember the article I spent an hour reading to you guys the other day? It's all coming together. I'm putting all the pieces together for you guys. I hope you guys are studying, because this is 15, 20 years of research, okay? So they've used these things in order to control these people. And the point I'm making is, let me bring it all together. They package it all up and they send these people into our communities. On a national level, those who do the most heinous, the most disgusting, disturbed shit, they become the most famous. Then you have the second class, the B class, the C class. It's classes, it's compartments. They compartmentalize everything, okay? This was supposed to be an intro to exposing our boy, young Pharaoh, but it's a long ass intro. But you guys know I gotta take you guys to the historical aspect. It all goes back to the history. There's always a history. But I started the video by saying that he's done a really great job. I applaud him. Marshall, I really commend you for having had the tenacity, if that's the term I need here, to have the tenacity, the balls to wipe out your entire history. Your gang days, your gangbanging days, your days as a gangbanger. Like, Pharaoh was deep into the gangs, because that black flag that he's wearing a black flag, and later on as young Pharaoh he added the yellow. It's demonic colors, it's devil colors when you put the yellow and the black. Look at the Netflix colors, look at the McDonald's colors, look at these different types of corporations who've adopted those colors. The black and yellow, that spells heavy infiltration. Because remember, guys, I said this to you, and a lot of you guys know this already. The colors, they go straight into the subconscious. Those are programming colors. That's what he came with. Okay, so he's the new Pac. When he says he's the new Pac, he really is. He's not fucking with you. He's not boasting or bragging. Probably the same program, not probable, most likely, most definitely, the program that Pac went under, that's the same program that Poor Light went under, that Nature Boy went under, and Aten went under. And speaking of Nature Boy just put out a video that a lot of people are not paying attention to, because it's all about the gossip. Yeah, I want to see Nature Boy fucking up. I want to see him get shitted on. I want to see what kind of shit he's into. But when he says something that's really important, he trying to put you on, everybody ignores it. That video got like 1.4 thousand views, less than 1,500 views. Like, nobody watched this video. Nature Boy is telling you, and remember who introduced Nature Boy to the community? It was Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh had a meeting with Sinetter, came to Sinetter's house, and Sinetter was like, I want to do a video? Yeah, okay, let's go, let's do it. And he brings, Young Pharaoh introduces Nature Boy to Sinetter. There's even a video of Pharaoh taking credit for having introduced Nature Boy to the community. He says it straight up out of his own mouth. He said, nobody would know you if I didn't introduce you to the community. So all of this stuff, people, if you're not paying attention, if you're not studying, if you're not doing your homework, all that stuff is gonna go right over your head, man. And that's what they hope for you to be so distracted. And that's why you see he's such a fucking idiot. He's such a clown. He's creating this whole drama, this whole reality show, making a mockery of the black woman. That girl, man, she was way over her head. You know, she was a young girl, like 19 years old. She was infatuated with this man. A lot of these groupies, a lot of these children, these are children, 16, 17 years old. Which brings about all the pedophilia that goes on in the community. So she was really taken in by him and said, hey, I want to be with this guy. And she presents herself to him. And now look, who does that? What man gives a young girl 2 babies and then just treats her this way? Who do you know in your life right now? Somebody you know in your family, in your close circle, co-worker, someone you know who would actually put a hit on their baby mama? I'll wait. You tell me, you come back and tell me who in your life you know right now, presently, who would do such a fucking thing. Who would say, I will pay $5,000 if somebody do what they do. And I'm going to give the address to where the mother of my 2 babies, the mother of my 2 beautiful children resides at. Y'all gonna wake up. Y'all gonna wake up. I promise you, sooner or later, you have to wake up. And that's what's happening. You guys are being forced to wake up. Would you rather wake up on your own, or would you like to be violently shaken out of your fucking sleep? And that's what's happening to a lot of you guys right now. You guys are being slapped with the truth so hard that you're getting fucked up. You ever had this nice, deep REM sleep and you was traveling time and space and you was beyond the physical? But this brother was saying that's the zoo. Before we had school, they gave us the zoo. I give the brother props for putting that out, because a lot of people don't make that connection. So I didn't like waking up, and my mother used to literally yank me out of my sleep. That's the worst type of shit, when you being awakened from a good sleep, is what I'm saying. But that's what's happening to a lot of y'all. Y'all being yanked out of this fucking coma y'all in. Time to wake up, baby. I'm gonna end the video right there. This is supposed to be an introduction. And every video I notice, I be like, yo, this is gonna be a short video. But once you hear me say that, get ready. Just get your popcorn out. You know, get your concordances out. Get your encyclopedias out. Get your Google search engines out. And let's go. Let's study. Okay? So I'm gonna end it right there. There's this shit, this rabbit hole, this fuck shit with Young Pharaoh, man. That shit goes so deep, y'all. I'm just telling y'all, it's gonna take me some time, but you will be exposed, Mr. Pharaoh, Mr. Aten, Mr. Akhenaten, Mr. I'm going to low-key get this whole community to get on the backside of fucking Luciferianism, Lucifer worship. the light bearer worship, sun worship, Aten worship. Aten worship, baby. You thought you had us did, Pharaoh, didn't you? You thought you had us right where you wanted us, bitch. But I got you, nigga. I'm on that case. I'm on your case now. It's officially the conscious community versus Pharaoh Aten. We on to you, nigga. We watching you from now on. We watching you, you agent ass bitch. All right. I'll be back for more, people. It'll take me some time, but I will come back with this fucking research. I will come back with this information to shut this nigga's whole operation down once and for all. It's already crumbling. It's already crashing dead on its face. But I'm gonna make sure it never gets back up. Cause you a fucking spy, nigga. You a fucking MK Ultra little toy, little sex toy. You a sex bot, nigga. You a sex toy. And I'm not just alleging. I have the videos to prove it. Talking about niggas can't watch porn. You can't watch porn in my nation, but if you watch porn, it could only be men with men and men with women. Nigga, how you gonna slip that in there? Nigga, you preaching homosexuality was wrong, and now all of a sudden you saying you can watch grown men and grown men making porn, nigga? What is wrong with you, nigga? There's children that was watching you. I had my children watch you, nigga, and that's why I take this shit personally. You done, nigga. You done. That's it. It's over for you. It's over, my nigga. Fuck out of here with your nasty shit. You a creep, nigga. You a creep. And you've gotten away with murder, literally. Because the 15 years you got, nigga, the 15 years you got, nobody gets 15 years in jail and come out of jail in 3 years and 3.5 years. I don't care how good your behavior was. Pharaoh took an oath. Marshall Daniel, that is, the character, the person known as Marshall Daniels, took a deal from the feds and to come into our community through the program of Cointelpro, counter-intelligence program. Look it up, people. C-O, Intel, I-N-T-E-L, Pro, P-R-O, one word. All you have to do is Google. All you have to do is Google Cointelpro. It's an acronym for Counter-Intelligence Program. The FBI under Mr. Homosexual himself, Mr. Cross-Dresser himself, J. Edgar Hoover, spied on everybody. He started this whole Patriot Act shit before there was a Patriot Act. This is whose program, whose spell we are under every time we watch a Young Pharaoh video. Boom! And I will end with that. See you guys on the next video. Peace.
Man, listen, man, this shit going on with Young Pharaoh is a fucking fraud, bro. This nigga's promoting his website. Ain't nothing going on with him. That nigga's hella smart. The nigga is getting clout for niggas to go to his website. This is all a fucking sham, bro. This nigga knows the government very well. He goes to the police. Like, he knows. He knows everything. He's playing the game on y'all. That's fucked up. I'm sorry. I can't watch it anymore. This nigga's promoting his website and getting money. And he want to keep that money coming in. There's financial issues going on. He is feeling some kind of way. He's having a nervous breakdown because of his baby mom's playing game with his kids. He's hurting from that. And he's like saying fuck everything. But he's also promoting his website. Let's be real here. There's nothing going on. No one's trying to get him. Niggas was probably trolling, sending him pizza. Like, they do that to everybody. They get their address, they get their number. Niggas gonna send pizza to your fucking crib. Stop trying to make this shit out of something that it's not, bro. We see you. You're turning into Nature Boy in front of everybody. When I was in Mexico, I never really showed my life. When I was in Mexico, he trolled me. Right? He trolled me. He tried to expose me. Anybody that had been following me, you know about Mexico. This is when I turned my camera around and I start showing everybody things in my life because niggas was trying to expose me. So I turned my camera around And then it was like showing everybody in my life, and this is how I started doing what I'm doing right now, showing my life. You don't see how he's now doing the same thing for clout. He now saying, they saying I'm crazy. Let me turn my camera around and expose him. Let me turn my camera. Now karma came back around on him. Now he looking like a cult leader. He got people in his house around him talking about Akhenaten. Let's talk about it, B. This is your karma. Now you looking like a straight nature boy cult leader. Your baby mom is Velvet. You got an unorganized cult forming. They're watching you. You're selling knowledge, information on the internet, on your website. You're creating clout. You're using the mind of the people that are influenced by you. You're putting a foot in your mouth because you're telling people to kill people.
And I told you he was coming back. Ooh, young money banker. Ooh, sprinkle that motherfucker sauce on you bitch ass.